Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen with Baker Girl. Thank you, Jesus. It's another beautiful day to be in the kitchen. And if you're anything like me, you probably got some leftover macaroni and cheese in the refrigerator. So how about we make some fried macaroni and cheese? Yes! Now, one thing you want to make sure is that your macaroni and cheese is cold. So cut it into slabs. Now, how big or how thick you want to cut it depends entirely on you. Since we are frying it, I would suggest you don't cut it either too thick or too thin. I'm happy with about a 1/2 inch thick slices. Now, if your macaroni and cheese start to warm up, go ahead and stick it in the refrigerator and let it cool because it needs to be cold. Now, set yourself up a dredging station. I am using rice flour. You can use all-purpose flour or a mixture of cornstarch and all-purpose flour or plain flour. And I'm adding in some salt, some roasted garlic powder, and some black pepper. Now, you can add whatever you want, but this just adds a little extra because if not, you just have some bland flour. And of course, add in some smoked paprika, but just a bit. The variety that I use is quite strong, so you don't need much. Just take a tiny whisk and mix it together. You can also use your fingers. Now, for the wet batter, because we got 3 batters, we need 1 egg, and we also need a generous splash of milk. It could be any kind of milk. You just need to loosen the egg up a bit. Don't use water. Water would be a little bit weird. You can use buttermilk if you have it. But you just want to, it shouldn't be neither too thick or too thin. By all means, add in a generous dollop of mustard, yellow mustard. That helps to cut through the richness anytime you're frying something. I do the same thing with fried chicken. Give it a good whisk. Now, for the breadcrumbs, I actually had to go and buy these because I don't keep breadcrumbs on hand. But these are just plain breadcrumbs. You can season them up if you want to. I chose not to. Now, take your chilled macaroni and cheese slices, and we're going to go through a 3-step process. First step, into the flour, the seasoned rice flour. You make sure you coat it all the way on all sides, and then into the egg batter she goes. This is what helps the breadcrumbs adhere. If you skipped either of these, you would have something that's less than crunchy. Now, don't throw this away, by the way. Use it and just go ahead and throw some fried chicken cutlets in the oil. You've already got your setup anyway. Now, that's how I think. Why waste it? I mean, we are reusing macaroni and cheese, so we might as well reuse the batter as well. Now, use 2 forks and dip the floured slices into the egg and then into the breadcrumbs. Now, you really can't skip either one of these. If you don't want to use breadcrumbs, by the way, you can go back into the rice flour. You'll just have a bit of a bready texture instead of a light, crispy texture. That is the reason why I'm using breadcrumbs. Now, I know I said in my previous video, do not put breadcrumbs on top of my macaroni and cheese. However, fried macaroni and cheese is a completely different dish, and it's okay to dump these in breadcrumbs if you want to. Now, this recipe didn't originate with me. This actually comes from my older brothers. Took us to a restaurant in Atlanta called Flying Biscuit, and they had fried macaroni and cheese on the menu, and it was delicious. So I'm recreating it today in my kitchen. Now, heat up some oil in a cast iron skillet. Add in those slices of battered macaroni and cheese and fry them till they get nice and crisp and golden. And oh, it was so good. I'm telling you now, this is not something you eat every day. I know I said macaroni and cheese ain't something you eat every day. This is definitely not anything you eat every day, but you don't have leftover macaroni and cheese every day. So there you are. Now go ahead and fry up the remaining slices. Don't overcrowd it. But you know how to fry things. And a cast iron skillet will give you a very nice, lovely brownness, but you can also use a Dutch oven. That works nicely too. Now, when all your slices are nice and crispy and golden, let them drain on that rack line baking sheet. And just look. Oh, thank you, Jesus, look at that crispy goldenness. Oh, wow. this is one of those recipes that when you serve it up to people, they're like, huh? And then they're like, what? Oh, yes, of course. Now, that one was too small. It really was too small to plate up with the remaining ones. So I just set that one aside because it wouldn't fit on the plate with the others. And I mean it. It was really a small one. But listen to that crunch. Oh my goodness. Now, for the one that was too small, you got to eat it. I mean, there's nothing. So thank you, Jesus. Have a bite. It was really hot. Common sense told me I should have waited, but look at that crispy goldenness, and it looks like chicken or something until you bite into it. Now you know what to do with your leftover macaroni and cheese. Head in the kitchen, slice it up, and make these fried macaroni and cheese bites. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow for more.